I'll tell you a short story. When me and my brothers was little, we went to a school called 102nd Street School. And my mom used to work at this Church's Chicken right across the street. And every day at lunchtime, she used to break her lunch in fours, and she used to bring it across to the gate. And we had to meet her, at our lunchtime. And she'll put the little chicken slices in between the gate, and we'll eat the chicken right there with my mom. We'll drink off a drink, and then at the end of it, she'll give us a pie. Because she knew that, she wasn't making very much money, but she knew that we had to be fed, so she had to sacrifice. So she had to get a lot for her. She had to take her lunch and split it in 4 ways. And I don't remember how much lunch it was for her back, so long ago. But she knew she had to sacrifice to feed us. And every day I think of that. Every single day I think of that. What if she didn't feel like it? What if she didn't feel like getting up and going to work? What if she didn't feel like feeding us? What if she didn't feel like sharing? What if she didn't feel like getting us up to take us to school? What if she didn't feel like getting up and going to work and paying the rent? What if she didn't feel like working harder she needed to pay the bills? What if she didn't feel like it? We would have been homeless. We would have been on the street. We would have had nothing. We would have had nothing. You get so far deep into your comfort zone. Some of you young ladies in here, you're getting abused by these guys even in high school because you don't feel like leaving, because you're more comfortable with them than you feel like you would be without them. Some of y'all complaining about your job, talking about, they don't appreciate me. They don't appreciate me. But you don't feel like doing extra. You don't feel like doing enough to be seen. You don't feel like going beyond what's required. Sometimes you got to go beyond what's required to even get a glimpse of success, to get a glimpse of peace of mind. Well, I got a baby with this man, so I can't leave. Why can't you? He's beating you. You're going to be dead anyway. So you going to leave him or you going to be dead? Which one is it going to be? Some of y'all been working so hard and greatness is right around the corner. All you got to do is be able to make the turn. All you got to do is make it to the stop sign, cut your blinker on, and make the turn. And it's right there because you've been fighting, you've been trying, you've been struggling, but you've been kicking. You've been doing it. Ain't nobody telling you no. You know what you want and you going for it. And some of us is talking about we don't feel like it. Well, what if your boss didn't feel like paying you? What if he didn't feel like you being there no more since you complaining so much and he laid you off? What if your mom didn't feel like feeding you? What if your dad didn't feel like being there? What if he didn't feel like it? What if they didn't feel like giving you the life that you deserve? What if they didn't feel like sacrificing for you? What if they didn't feel like it? What if God didn't feel like waking you up this morning? Every single day that you wake up, just know that God has given you a ride to that next day. Somewhere within your dreams, somewhere within the middle of the night, God picks you up and drops you off. If it's Monday, in the middle of the night, he drops you off to Tuesday. If it's Tuesday, he drops you off to Wednesday. If it's Friday, he picks you up somewhere and then he drops you off to Saturday. But it's your job to live. It's your job to do that. I seen this man with a sign one day. I was walking. He said he had a sign that said I will work for food. And I told him, I said, boss, I ain't got no job for you, but I got $1 or $2. And then he said, man, I want to work for it though. I want to work for it. I said, man, I ain't got nothing for you to do. He said, man, just tell me anything and I'll work for it. I said, man, I'll tell you what you can do. Man, you can tell me how you became, how are you so ambitious and you ain't, you so willing to work for a couple of dollars. Why can't you go get a job and work? He said, man, because I remember I had a job. I was like an executive, man. I was high up there. I was up there. He said, man, I started getting so much money, man. I started getting heavy into drugs because the more money I had, the more freedom I felt like I had. Then I started doing drugs. And he said, and then I didn't feel like going to work after too many, hits of drugs and so too many party nights and all that. I didn't feel like going to work no more. And I'll be missing days and I'll be coming in late. And then slowly, I start getting warnings and people start warning me about the things that I'm doing. And one day, all of a sudden, I didn't even realize that I had, that I was being warned so many times because I was so high. All because I didn't feel like stopping. I was on the brink of losing everything and I didn't feel like stopping. I said, bro, you didn't feel like stopping? He said, man, I didn't feel like stopping. And he said, now I ain't got nothing. I ain't got no job. I ain't got nothing. I ain't got no family. I lost my wife. I lost my kids. And now I'm homeless. I have nothing. I ain't got no car. I sleep right around the corner in the alley. And he said, he said, you never feel like doing something until that something is gone. And once it's gone, you'll do anything to get that thing back. And that's why I feel like I gotta work for this $2 that you're gonna get me. I gave him the $2 and I left. And I was ecstatic because I felt like, man, this dude didn't feel like it. He obtained money, but he didn't obtain success. And success has nothing to do with money. If you don't have a peace of mind, if you don't have peace within your brain, within your mind, within your thoughts, money is not the answer. Money can't buy you better thoughts. And you talking about you don't feel like